like we gonna start a society.
Within society.
Yeah,
But
none of that's gonna be in the episode.
I was about to say they're gonna cut all of that
Yeah.
out for sure. Y'all
It's
just
your
gonna be sitting here
boy.
bobbing your heads for nothing, looking dumb.
Why we
Sorry.
gotta
I
look
know,
dumb
I'm
though?
sorry.
See, that's the shit I be talking about.
I don't mind looking dumb. I always do
This the
anyway.
shit I be talking about.
I
I'm
wake
sorry.
up looking dumb.
The second
Fuck
she
it.
take a shot, she change. It's like she turned into She-Hulk and shit.
She-Hulk.
She take that shot, she get real
she
rowdy.
turned into the savage.
She get real rowdy. We
No,
go
I don't. I just start having fun.
Ferran into Savage.
Turn up.
Hey. All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
About as ready as I'm gonna get, nigga.
All right, cool. That works for me. How do I start this?
Wait,
How do I want to start this? Did you need to do something?
did I clap?
No.
No.
I didn't clap, so we got none of that shit matter.
Good.
Damn, I fucked up.
I don't think you clapped the first time.
I
Did
did.
you
Oh,
have a
you did?
shot?
I did. Huh?
I said, did you have a shot?
Nah, I need one though.
I got more. It's from Brazil.
Oh no,
Run
no,
it
no,
back.
no, 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 no,
Run
no,
it
no.
back.
I'm not talking about alcohol.
Run it back.
That could go pause.
Yeah, pause.
I never understand the pauses.
It's when you say something kind
No,
of
I know what. I know. I need to pause, but I just never know when they're applicable.
Yeah, you remember when they
Because I'm not a guy.
when Wayne was
We
saying
don't pause.
no
we
homo.
don't say like, "Oh, she bad." Pause. Like, no.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can just say some gay shit.
It's
and be
cooler
cool.
to be gay as a
Hold
woman.
on. It's funny you said that. I said, because I was talking to my wife, I said, it's crazy that men could never get away with saying this shit to other
Yeah.
men that women say to women. I said, I'm going to start doing I'm going to start a new trend. I'm going to get on random niggas' posts on IG and say, yeah,
Yes,
nigga, that
be
chest
like,
really coming through,
yes.
playing them workouts hitting.
That was in.
You can. You can.
Y'all seen that part in Boomerang? Eddie Murphy is like, women can say, "Oh, he looks nice." He's like, I can't just be like, "Oh, look at his shoulders."
Yeah.
This
He's
shit ain't
gotta-
going to fly.
He's
That's
gotta
one of
own
my
it.
favorite parts
This
of
shit
that
ain't going to
movie.
fly.
I take a compliment. I'm like, thanks, man. Appreciate it. But most niggas gonna be like,
Yeah.
hey, what you gay? You're like, damn, I just
Yeah.
I can't get on McFly workout. I'm like, hey, man, I see the ass gains.
Well, that's different. That's different. You focusing on something different.
It's like you just say, can you say that a man is attractive?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Hold on. I got.
Who's an attractive man to y'all? Tell me who
hold
an
on,
attractive man
hold on.
is.
So I took flack for that recently because I
Okay.
posted a picture. I was in Vegas again, and I met my cousin. I said, I remember my cousin Craig. He really is a handsome man, and I took flack. Oh, what you really trying to say? I said, nigga, that my husband, that my
Well,
cousin
Yeah,
is
that's
his fucking handsome. Like the nigga, he's my cousin. I held this nigga as a baby. Like what the like?
even if
Can
a
you-
nigga's handsome, a nigga's handsome.
I
Whatever.
say you're a handsome
Y'all
nigga.
can say a man is handsome.
Yeah, I can't. I don't give a fuck.
Why you not handsome?
I just say I can acknowledge when I've seen her like, yo, he gets
He gets
he
bitches.
gets women.
I
It's
knew
saying
that's
the-
what somebody was gonna
it's
say.
saying the same
Yeah,
thing.
More
yeah.
so than
It's
Yeah.
saying the same
That's-
thing in a different way.
Yeah.
We said, yeah, like
Yeah,
we said-
niggas be like, look at them light eyes, nigga over here
Yeah.
pulling bitches.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're looking at his eyes like
Look at this nigga with the curly
these
hair.
old hazel eyes niggas.
Oh, y'all are so
Anytime
dumb.
another man call a man a pretty boy, he's saying that nigga.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, we can say it different ways.
It's a roundabout way. of
Yeah.
saying it.
Yeah. This kind of goes along with what we're gonna talk about because we are all a sum of our past decisions and
Don't put that shit on me.
that's funny. This is gonna be good for you, then. We're gonna love this.
I don't want my past.
Today we're gonna be talking about legacy. So before we get into this, welcome to the Heavyweight Collective. Everybody, introduce your names.
I'm Sharon.
It's your boy
Y'all
Malika.
always get so quiet after my little. I'm Sharon. I feel
I,
like
I
y'all.
was waiting for to hear the savage part after.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I feel like y'all don't like my name.
So excited!
Go ahead. What's your name?
I am Flow Sicka Pandemic.
Flow Sicker Pandemic. Well, we are gonna start off episode 231. So we're gonna talk about legacy a little bit. I don't give a fuck about y'all weeks. I'm not even gonna
I
ask
respect
about
it.
you.
I
I
do.
don't want to talk about it.
I do too. I do too. I don't want to talk about my weekend.
I want to talk about it, nigga.
Past is the past.
We're gonna jump right in. Like, I'm not outside of your children what would you guys think your legacy is right now?
I
Like
think,
if we was to die today.
Yeah,
like, what would we be remembered as?
yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
What the legacy?
I think I'd be remembered as a man that loved his family and would do anything for him.
Mm-hmm.
And if he fuck with you, he fuck with you. And if he didn't, you know. Because he tell your ass, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Your ass, go on from here.
That is true. I remember when we met. He was like, you looked at you like, I fuck with him. I was like, oh, he will say it right in front of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Like I told Sharon, Sharon's like, you an asshole. I said, yeah, I tell you all the time, I'm an asshole. But I'm the same asshole every
Across the
time you meet me.
board, across
Yeah.
the board.
It ain't nothing different. That's true.
I think
Just don't be the asshole I don't like. Because then you really get the asshole.
That's a lot
Pause.
of
That's
assholes.
I was like, that's
Pause.
Like, what?
here we go. Sweet.
Who you calling sweet, nigga?
I thought she said sweet. I
I
was like,
said weak.
oh, she said weak. I was like,
It did
damn.
sound like sweet though.
I was like, who? Sweet.
Oh, he over here
Okay.
talking about assholes.
Right. You can't say, I'm
I would never call a man sweet.
going to go home to my mama like this.
What's that life?
Right, man. He said, you got the best news in here. You about to go home a whole day, man.
Biscuit, where you going?
Oh shit.
Yeah, that nigga
Don't
killed
cross that
himself.
line.
That's crazy. I love that movie so much, y'all. Okay, legacy. I think that I mean, same. Somebody love my family, love my kids, put forth a really good effort into this life that I have. And
I don't think this is a fair question for her. Because she has carbon copies of herself at home.
Man, but I started out with outside of our kids.
he
But-
said outside of it, my kids look very
Yeah.
much like me.
No, nigga, they are exact copies.
Yeah, I mean, our kids are automatically part of our legacy.
Our
I
kids
think.
are so this is what's
as
fun.
long as you present, like you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I'm going to get at with legacy. But this is what's funny. When you look at the definition of legacy, it's like one or two things. You could be leaving property, assets,
Yeah,
whatever.
money.
I ain't got none of that to leave right now. Just keep it a buck. None of that would be left at this point. I got a car. They still owe on it if they want it. But I think that when you look at I think that my kids and my family and the people that I know, they would still be able to say the things that I say and honor me, and my legacy kind of I've left an imprint in my 37 years of life. So I do think that I have a legacy that people will be able to carry on what I put out.
Lyricism and memes. That is my legacy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's
No, it is not.
I mean, we
Maybe.
already know the children and shit. So he's saying outside of
Yeah.
it,
That's true.
he do be memeing.
I'll be memeing. I'll
do be
meme to
memeing.
death.
For me, I guess my legacy. I feel like
Don't downplay.
I was gonna
You
just
the
say-
leader of the Gap Band.
this kind-hearted nigga, like nigga. I'm not. He used to the backup drummer used to come to our elementary school or middle school
From the Gap Band?
from the Gap Band. I remember that nigga.
I remember Charlie Wilson's dad used to be at University Village. I'll never forget that.
Doing what?
Sitting there. I don't know. The nigga was there. I'll never forget. I was in middle school. It was all
Charlie Wilson ain't young.
I know. I was in middle school. This was 20 years ago.
Yeah, Charlie Wilson was probably 60 then.
No. I said Charlie Wilson's dad.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His dad-
But no, yeah, his dad, he was an older man. I'll never forget that. Because I remember none of the other kids that I was with, he was talking, saying, yeah, my son, he toured the world and we'll do. I mean, I hope this man wasn't no crazy person.
Yeah, I was like, this might not be for real. You might have just ran into some nigga who thought he was there.
No, I believed him. And he was like, yeah, my son, he was a part of the Gap Band, and none of the other kids that I was with knew, but I knew exactly who it was because I grew up listening to the Gap Band and OJs and Teddy Penny, all that. And yeah, that's crazy.
Well, what I was saying
Sorry.
about my legacy, think I will be considered just kind-hearted, somebody who looked out for people. Probably give you shirt off his back even if he didn't fuck with you. and the smile of a fucking saint. Yeah, the Gap is a smile of a saint. Shut up, nigga.
I didn't disagree, nigga. I just,
I mean, last episode you did correlate that his Gap made him friendly, so
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
People do walk up to me like that. I don't know. Like I just had
It's welcoming.
some motherfucking Stater brother. He was like, "Man, you got a nice smile there, buddy." He was like an old hippie. I was like, "Thanks, brother. Appreciate it."
Never mind.
No, say it.
Nah. I don't want to get us canceled.
Oh, you about to say something off the wall?
Yes.
All right. So with that said, like, what's your legacy? What you would be now? What would you want your legacy to be from here on out?
That I'm like, show enough, nigga.
You got the glow?
Got the glow. Nigga, the baddest nigga to do it.
Which
Am I the baddest? Show enough?
More lyricism, more memes, and
Not more memes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You were serious.
I'm never serious with that. Just trying to be, I guess, more open. So just honestly, or unapologetically me. Ugh, that was a struggle.
Unapologetically me.
like Top Ramen in the summer.
I mean, kind of like what I said, I want to leave my imprint here.
But what do you want your imprint to be?
Me. I mean, shit. I think because I have, okay, full circle.
You got to start the circle first.
She tried not to snort. Oh shit!
I held it.
We know.
No, like, okay, so the people that I have that have passed in my family, you know, my grandparents, my dad, whoever, my family, we still say the things that they said and do the things, and we honor the things that they like. I can do something like my grandmother would get frustrated and be like, ugh. And I could do that, and one of my cousins will be like, "Okay, Hattie," like, you know, that type of stuff. Like that's the when I say the imprint, whatever is me. Like, and outside of my kids, when it comes to family, I remember legacy speaks to me when I think about. I mean, just leaving an imprint speaks to me when I think about legacy, because I remember when my grandmother passed away, she was 97, and a couple of months, within less than a year after, another lady that was elderly from our community, she passed away, and she was like 101.
Yeah, wow.
But it was like a weird moment because they both were such like prominent members of the community, and it was at the same, their funeral was at the same church, and it was a lot of the same people there, and just like so many people had so many things to say that was like literally them. Like, and I thought that was so amazing, and just like how they led with love, and they were so God fearing, and just all of these things, how they were poised, and how they were just beautiful women, and always well taken, you know, well presented, you know, presented themselves well. And I remember having a moment. I was 35 at the time, but I remember having a moment like, that's how I want to be remembered. Like, I want everybody to like have me, like, you know, and that's something that I always think about. When I leave here, I don't want to go and just be a memory. I want everyone to like literally still have me. Like, oh my gosh, like I heard this song. Like, a song could come on the radio, and I'll be like, "Oop, here go my dad," because it's Love TKO by Teddy Pendergrass or something like that. So when I say legacy, like, I mean all of that, my imprint of everything that I was. Like, I want my kids to cook certain dishes and be like, okay, we're gonna cook this because it's what our mom liked, and you know, things like that.
I like that.
Oh, I answered. Oh, I want to do that.
That's the answer? Bruce Leroy. All right.
No, honestly, I think I won't. Well,
and our kids can be in on this one.
Well, I mean, I feel like I want people to understand that no matter what, I was who I was, and my character was high. no matter what. I didn't conform to make people happy. I stood on business, and above all, I always put my family first.
Like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You guys ever seen Big Fish?
Mm-mm.
Like the actual Big Fish?
The movie.
No,
It's Tim Burton film.
no.
I think that's kind of where I want to go.
Like what?
You want to be a big fish?
It's
in a small
so
pond?
the movie's a lot
Mhm.
like he's dying and his son is like hearing all these stories that his dad told and he was like, "Man, you just lying telling me all this bullshit." But then when he dies, like all those people show up to his funeral. And it's like, "Damn, okay, so maybe he made some of this up, but all that shit was real." Like all of this was like a
Mm.
little bit like, what do you call it? Not exaggerate. I guess exaggerated upon, but
Fabricated.
like all of that shit was these people are
Mhm.
okay. So they weren't Siamese twins, but they were twins. They were like this and that, and it's like I just want to leave a lasting thing like of love, I guess. And like I feel like through the way I raise my kids, like I see it already, like the way they are, they're they're very caring. They're nuts, but they're caring. So
You got to take the good with the
yeah.
bad.
Like I think I want my legacy to be a little bigger than it really was because I lived that way. So
Mhm.
that's kind of what I'm trying to do from here on. I want to go 100 on everything, but
Mhm.
niggas be getting exhausted.
I think it's about
Gotta
what we
sleep.
pour out. I think we're placed here to like how they say you can't leave and take it all with you. And I think that means something when you think about tangible things, but that also means something when you think about yourself.
Yeah.
You can't take you with you, right?
Mhm.
So when I leave, I want to have poured out every ounce of me. Um, Pray to God that I'm old and
Yeah.
in a nice warm bed when it happens. Um, but I think that that's evident in how we leave, because there's people that die young.
Mhm.
And I know we've talked about him many times before, but I'm gonna bring up Nipsey because I love him. But he poured out a lot,
Yeah.
and we have a lot to have from him. And I think that kind of says something about when it's your time, how they say, because it's like, what did you leave? Like, did you just do a little something here and there or whatever, or did you really leave an impact on this world? Like,
Yeah.
do people have something to really, and I don't just mean, like I said, like tangible things, or I don't even just mean like content wise, but your mark. What type of mark did you leave? And I want to genuinely, like, name a street after me. Like, I want to leave like a mark. I mean,
Yeah.
that's extreme, but
Fuck it,
I
though.
want to leave a mark. I want there to be people where they genuinely are just like, I have coworkers that passed away, and to this day, I'm just like, I can think of something
Yeah.
that's her. Like, so I want to leave a mark in several people's lives.
Hell, it almost goes to this whole podcast.
True.
It's based off our friend. And many
Yeah.
people have been on who knew him. And they have vivid memories of the way he lived and just loved and was himself. So yeah, it's doesn't matter like when you go, it's how you live. So
Yeah.
I guess that kind of goes into the next thing of how do you plan on achieving hitting that legacy, and like what steps do you think you need to take if you're not on that path right now?
I think I'm on the path. Like I just said, of course. I mean, shit get hard, life get heavy. I don't have the answers. I just accept the fact that I don't have the answers. I just make the best decision I can at the time. But I always try to make the right one and the one I feel will put my family and the people I care about in the best position. So it's a delicate balance because at the same time, still pouring enough into myself that I can be there for other people. Because in this stage in my life, I'm really starting to understand the importance of pouring into myself.
Yeah, that's
So
important.
Very
so that
necessary.
I'm not drained.
can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that it's really just about along the same lines, like bettering yourself. Like if everything that I said I want to leave as a legacy, then that means that I have to really walk in the light of what it is that I'm saying I want to leave.
Yeah.
Right. So when I mentioned my grandmother as an example of what I want my legacy to look like, okay, well, she was a God-fearing woman who woke up in the morning and she read her devotionals, and she, she was a praying woman, and she loved her family, and she served in her community and in her church. And so that's really what that blueprint kind of looks like,
Yeah.
right? If that's the type of, I mean, obviously I'm generations later, years later, so it's not going to look exactly like hers, but it looks like me showing up for first myself, and then showing up for how I want to pour out. And genuinely, just like for me, I think that like a word that always comes to mind when I want people to think about me is like authenticity. I just, in the realest way, don't ever want to be fake. Like, and I genuinely mean that. And I think that I do certain things in effort to just really give my most organic self to people. And I want it to be received that way. It's not always going to be.
Oh, that's life.
That's life,
Yeah.
right? Those misunderstandings. But I do try to give my most authentic self, and authenticity really kind of depends. It lives where the interaction is, right? Like you may get a certain level of authenticity that is different than what my kids' authenticity looks like,
Yeah.
just because it's levels to how much of myself I'm giving. But on every way of thinking, like if it's a stranger in the store or if it's someone that I love dearly, I want to give that authenticity. So that means showing up for myself, bettering myself, understanding myself so that I can really pour out the best version of myself
Yeah. That's important.
and to leave the best version of myself.
Gotta learn yourself first. Yeah.
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 I'm taking steps by going to things like now going to therapy and finally actually getting back to going to therapy. I had actually stopped after my dad had passed and kind of didn't want to. I shit felt like it was getting too real, so it's kind of going back to it is now. It's different. I remember even booking the appointment. I asked them if the original therapist was there. They're like, "She ain't been here for years." Anyway, but
You've been gone for a minute.
But getting back to that and just kind of understanding myself and dealing with past traumas that I never actually dealt with in full effect. Because when I started originally, I was getting there. We didn't actually tackle it. So um, that and, finding better Facebook pages to find memes on and then getting more rhyme dictionaries to get my wordplay up, to get my lyricism there.
That's cool.
But I do plan on making music this year. In full effect because I have like 3 different projects I'm doing at once right now, and I'm trying not to overwhelm myself. So, but it's just leaving a legacy because I do music to me is a big deal, and to be able to say what I truthfully want to say is the best legacy I can leave. Everything else with my kids and everything to that degree is they know how I feel, and I'll never not state how I feel about my kids, and I'll they might not like what I do as far as how often I take pictures and all that, but I want them to have something when they're older to have something to look back on, or especially when I'm not here, they'll at least have something to look at and remember what dad was like, or what dad tried to do, or what dad was trying to achieve. I always want them to have that because I didn't have that growing up, and that fucks with me heavily because there's no pictures and no footage or proof of what me and my dad were like. The only memory I have of my dad's voice is in my head. So like that's a big deal for me. So I don't want them to ever have to feel like that.
Yeah, I agree. When we talk about kids and legacy too, I think a big thing for me is obviously leaving like, pictures and just me, but then also I want to make an example for my kids that will make sense to them later. Because when you're dealing with kids, especially teenagers, um they don't get a lot. They don't understand a lot. That's what I'll say. They don't understand a lot. And it's not really that they should even be required to understand a lot because they're not coming from a level that we come from. So it's not that I fault them at it. Some shit they do is just dumb. But, you know, I don't fault them at their comprehension level because it's not for them yet. But I genuinely try to set examples and do things and lead by example in a way to where it's going to make sense to them 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever many years from now. There's certain things that it becomes like difficult for me. And I'm just like, okay, it'll make sense to them later. And then some things won't, you know, but there's a lot of things that I want to leave my imprint to where it ends up making sense to them later and to where they can have a full circle moment when they're an adult or when, you know, if they have kids.
Well, that's what she was talking about.
Yeah.
I have that with my dad
Mm-hmm.
quite often. Like I thought he was tripping.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you got to give your kids your real self in order for them to actually end up having that moment, though. I learned that from experience, just in how I was raised. Like, if you're not really given the full transparency of what's happening, they gonna make that up later, not really factual to what was happening.
Yeah.
And I think that that's something that our generation has probably learned through trauma better than what our parents' generation was. I think our parents' generation was very much so like make it look good. And the millennial in all of us is like, nah. Like when shit ain't right, it ain't right. But
I'm fucked up.
Yeah. But I want you. That's really something that that's my parenting and experience.
Yeah.
Like my parents' generation was, oh, all this is fine. But then as an adult, I realized that it wasn't. But it lets me make up my own reasons why it wasn't.
Yeah.
Where if I had the full transparency of things, then it is what it is.
See, my child's not at the age yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say when she becomes a teenager, I'm going to tell her about my fears.
Mm-hmm. You should.
Some of it, like my therapist was saying, it's okay with their age because she was like, if you leave it up to them at their age, they go nuts.
Yeah.
And like place things where you're like, how did you get there?
Mhm.
So it's like certain things I get it where it's like you don't need to know this, but certain things is like you could give them a little because I was just like I said something and she was like, "Nah, don't do that. Just be honest with that."
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember I seen something that was just like, you have to be honest with your kids because it leaves room for misunderstanding. And so, for example, if I've had a bad day, or, you know, I guess I'll use for an example when I was not going through the divorce, but when I was in a bad relationship, I would have horrible days. And it wasn't really my natural reaction to my kids were like 10, 11, 12. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, today this nigga hurt my feelings. Like, I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, kids will misplace what that looks like. So if mom's in the room crying or she's just upset and nothing is going right for her, like, dang, did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
Like, is she mad at me? You know, so that's something that I kind of learned through that time, that where it's appropriate, give them a level of understanding. It grows, obviously, and I'm fortunate to have gone through that situation with my kids because how they saw it to be at 10 and 11 versus now them being 16 and 17. And you know, now my for example, my 17-year-old went through a breakup last year. I can kind of be more open as to what that looked like for me now, because now you're at an age and now your experience also matches. So now we can kind of have this conversation as what I was going through, so that you can have a better understanding and you can carry that into your adulthood.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Maybe her mom.
She's like, Dad, why we can't get to? Because Daddy ain't got no money. Dad, we can't go to play.
I told him
Then she going to practice. Y'all, my dad is broke.
Yeah.
He has no money.
Yeah, the way they do talk
Kids are crazy. I do tell my
shit.
kids I'm broke often.
Are they poor? And I'm like, don't say that. Like that's they're not.
You should
poor.
see the way she says grace. She starts off
so grateful.
She starts off every grace with, God, please help the poor people and the homeless, give them food. I said, we about to be out there with them.
You eating all my fries?
No, you just ate half your mama's burger.
Yes, triggered. A lark.
He eats?
I got Ava her own Little Caesars pizza. We usually like that, right? So I'm like, she got this, and I bought 2 just in case. I was like, Laura might want some. He ate 6, 7 slices,
That's
right?
the baby.
The baby,
Ooh.
6, 7 slices,
You in
right?
trouble.
Then the next day, I go and I'm like, so there should be like leftovers. No, he ate the rest of the pizza, and I was like, so he's 2.
Yeah, you in trouble.
He had a whole pizza.
Yeah,
Look at his
You
concern.
in trouble.
Now, was he hungry or was he just eating it? It sounded like he was
no,
just eating
he
it.
ate them.
Like he was.
Crust and all.
He never leaves a crust. It's you can always tell it's him because he leaves that little line of sauce at the end of the crust. And you're like, oh yeah, Lark's been here.
I
But
didn't want that part.
You're
gonna need to buy a new fridge.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Just in the large fridge.
That 2-year-old eating like that is crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna be a big boy.
Yeah. Back to what you said though. I fully agree with telling your kids that you broke. I think it makes all the difference.
Yeah, I tell them that. They don't believe none of that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine don't. Mine don't.
And when are we gonna
middle-
fly somewhere? Like, you don't know how much it costs to fly out
Oh,
somewhere.
man.
Like,
Yeah. I made the mistake of taking them on a couple vacations, and this year she's like, "Where are we going?" My middle daughter, "Where are we going this year?" That's why I call her. That's Rich Maya. I always say that's my rich kid. She's like, "Where are we going for our vacation this year?" Nigga.
oh yeah, I tell
Huh?
them.
To the pawn shop.
I was like, first of all, your sister is going to school. She done got accepted to 3 different schools out of state. I said, it's
Nice.
more than likely that's where we're going.
Mhm.
Do you want to come or not? Because you can stay home.
Well, my daughter told me she'd been to Disneyland. She'd never been to Disney World.
Period.
So she don't want to go. She don't want to go back to Disneyland. So she go to Disney World. I said, well, I guess we ain't going
Cool.
nowhere.
Thank you.
I was like, me either. I ain't never been to Disney World either, and don't plan on going.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
For real.
I couldn't stop laughing when
Sounds
we
like a
went
lot of
to
walking.
an Airbnb in Arizona and it didn't have a pool, and Kendall was like, "This doesn't even have a pool in here." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
I told you we had the Airbnb Arizona. It was 114 outside.
Yeah, it's hot.
And she was like, I want to get in the pool. I said, no, that's a bathtub.
"It is.
That's
It
not a
is.
pool.
Yeah.
It is.
It's very hot in there.
It's a bathtub.
You just get in at night.
No,
It's warm.
It's still
still
100
be hot as
degrees.
shit
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
98.
It
I
be
used to
so
live
hot.
there. I know what's up.
Arizona, Vegas, all that. I'm cool.
I guess for me, I feel like I gotta do more because in my head, I don't know why I have this. Have this like grandiose idea of myself, and it's like I'm trying to taper it down. Like it don't gotta be no global shit. I don't gotta change the world, and like I'm learning a lot of that through therapy because I be talking to her, and she's like, "Kevin, you realize you're like
She be
do
like,
a lot.
Calm down.
Like you. Well, she's like, you telling me about you having like barbecues and stuff and like the neighbors and all the neighbors and stuff will be over, and she's like, I don't know my neighbors. Like most people don't talk to their neighbors. Like
Mhm.
you have like an open door, and it's like you're building community, and like that's more impactful than you actually know. So I'm like trying to like focus on that instead of trying to be this grand scale. And like I don't know, I just want to be good. Like that's all. That's all I want to be like is good. And I
Mhm.
want my kids to just be like good, like kind and love and like just be love. Like that's it. That's what
But
the
you got a
world
little
needs.
work to do in Louisville.
She's actually very loving, but don't cross her. Don't cross her.
That's how she should be. But you know what that makes me think of? Like there's like I guess I don't want to say biblically, but like you could be blessed with talents that aren't grandiose talents, right?
Yeah.
And or I don't even want to say grandiose. I've seen it in like sermon, like basically compared, like you could be a 1 talent man or you could be a 5 talent man, and the 5 talent man could be meant to serve hundreds of thousands of millions, the world, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Versus, and it also kind of ties me back into like what I was saying about my grandmother and the other elderly lady. Then there's the people that are like the 1 to 2 talent people, and you are meant to serve in a community, and you are meant to be good in a community, but the community just doesn't look like that large
Yeah.
number. And I think that that's where people kind of miss their calling, because everybody, especially nowadays, everybody thinks that the service that you're doing needs to touch millions of lives.
Yeah.
They think that like you have to be saying the things to say it to all of these people where you might have touched like, your own little community, or you might have barbecues for your own community, and then you still leave your legacy the way that you needed to.
And the thing I look at that is like, you still probably are touching millions of lives.
You're right.
It might be over time.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
6
like,
degrees of separation.
because a lot of people might be
Yep.
like, oh, he got all these people here. And I'm like, yeah, but that could just be now. But like, this person is like, I liked how they did that. Okay, I'm gonna apply that. And then they apply it, and the
Right.
next person applies this and that and that. And I'm like,
That's
if we
true.
could just, if I could focus on that and like focus in on that, I'm okay.
That's
So
dope.
like, I'm just trying to do certain things to just be right. I don't know.
I agree.
So
I also think you got to comprehend that there's different levels to the world.
yeah,
And I will say for me personally, my world as it exists starts with inside my house first.
hell yeah.
Amen. That's our first
That's
community.
that's it. And then
Yeah.
when you add a layer on top of that, it's my direct family, and then you add another layer. Then you add your close friends.
Yep.
And so the kind of you have these worlds that kind of stacked on top of one another.
That's true.
And to go back to what Sharon was saying, I saw this post the other day, and he was like, pretty much like he was like, post your gym content. He said, even if you got 3 people watching, you might be motivating 3 people.
Yeah.
And like sometimes, like Gordon said, sometimes your message ain't for everybody. Sometimes your message may be for that one person. You know what I'm saying? But again, people get so wrapped up in, or if I'm not reaching the matches, or why am I wasting my time? And a lot of times you don't understand the influence or impact you have on one person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how we just have to show up, even if you're not in a platform. Like, everything is your platform, right? You
Mhm.
be in the grocery store. You could be. It just reminds me of like when I, at my job, they would have like the people that would come and be standing out in front of the court and whatever, being annoying, but they created their platform, like, and like it just puts me in the mind of that. Your platform doesn't have to obviously look like you being on a podcast, or you being a preacher, or you being something to where you are communicating to masses of people. Your platform could be how you create it to be. It could be how you show up at work. You could come to work each day, and you could be that person. Oh, every day my coworker gives me this, and this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that coworker every day, she always makes sure to give me this little inspirational quote or something like that. Like, your platform is what you make it to be. And if you want to serve and you want to give and pour out and leave, then sometimes you have to create that avenue for yourself.
Oh yeah.
And you have to find your platform and do your best at it.
And regardless of whether or not they give you the flowers, they're watching.
Amen. That's true.
They're definitely
That's true.
watching.
You can't wait for your flowers.
And a lot of times you'll be helping people through shit, and you have no idea you're helping them through shit. And sometimes they'll give you flowers, and sometimes they won't.
You know what I think I've learned over, like, what my flowers are, I feel like, is there's people like I haven't talked to in like years, and just be like, hey man, we was just thinking about you. We was just talking, like me and my wife was just talking about you. And when you did this and that, and like it's like, I'm like, oh, okay.
That is a
I guess
form of
that kind of
flowers.
made like some sort of impact. So that's cool. That's always cool. Like one dude, he is this he's like a hillbilly. Like talk like this.
When Bobby Boucher went
Yeah.
bro.
Not Bobby Boucher.
He talked like that. He bought a
Everybody in that movie, right?
like he had to put a trailer on his property because they were like, well, you can't just live in a garage because he just likes working on cars. So he was like living in his garage, and we're like, that's illegal. Like you gotta have a place.
He happy.
He was happy. He's like, I guess I gotta put a fucking trailer on. But like he reached out to me and he was like, Kevin, you know something? Like while we were in the Navy, he's like, you were the only person who was like unafraid to be himself. And like you didn't judge nobody, you didn't do none of that. He's like, that made a big impact on me. And I was like, oh shit, okay. That's cool as fuck. So like, I don't know. Like I'm trying to harness all that shit. Like I look at when we have Talk Your Shits and the people come on and talk to Stetta, and like that's cool to watch because you could just see the admiration and like the impact he's made on them. So I'm just like, I love watching that type of shit.
I think that's a good thing to do, though, is to find a way to get your flowers, or not even to get them, but just to be mindful of what your flower. Because I've never done that. Because I think that you kind of. A lot of times people live through life and they're like waiting for their moment. Like, damn, like you see everybody else getting their flowers and you like, ain't nobody gave me my shit. Like, And not saying that like you should be mindful of that often, but I think it's something very necessary to just have your own awareness for what that looks like, and just the people, the way that people reach out to you, because you're right, people will reach out and tell me that something's inspiring or something like that, or something that I've done or whatever, and it kind of goes over my head, and I'm just like, yeah, girl, like, whatever.
It
But
was
I don't.
just Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm just living life. Like
Yeah, I'm
this.
just like, yeah, and I think that a lot of times it's because our gifts, I think you said before, our gifts are so natural that you do it with ease. So
Yeah.
when someone gives you any type of flowers or praise for it, you're like, oh yeah, I was just like, you kind of dismiss it yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas you really need to be aware, like, oh, you was getting flowers for what your gift is or what your talent is. I think that that's really, really cool to know and to like kind of take with you, because we don't always know.
I also think you shouldn't be afraid to give them too. Like I got a
For sure.
director at work right now that I'm like, I'm just gonna give him like a gift card to like a lunch place or something. It's something small, but I'm like, the way he is how I think everybody should be in like the workplace. Cause he's like, dog, this is just a title. Like I'm here for you, and like I'm not here. And like he'll tell, like I can, for example, like one of our friends like cussed him out, like.
I don't know who it is.
Just
No, that was not. Nah, that wasn't me. Was not me.
Like he
I know
cussed
what he's
him
talking
out.
about though.
But like the way he handled it was like he just took it and like he was like, I'm about to get fired. And I was like, well, what happened? I just cussed this motherfucker out. And I was like, he's actually like a really good person. And like the next day he was like, yeah, he called me and he was like, I ain't taking that shit personal, man. Like you were venting. Like I get it. And I'm like, see, like that's a gift to me to be able to just eat
I
that
agree.
shit and just be like,
Yeah.
this shit ain't personal.
You're right.
Shit.
They can't
You-
cuss
you-
me out.
Different. Yeah.
You said that, Kevin, and it reminded me of like they're every now and again my daughter will vent to us, and it's normal kid. I don't understand why I gotta do this,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and we let her get it off your chest.
Yeah.
You still gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
but get up and I think like I don't, again, like my wife always says, we can't judge. She has feelings, and we have to if you want her to be able to talk to us later on in life, we have to let her talk to us now.
Yeah.
So that's important. So let her dump. I mean, you let your friends emotionally dump on you. You should let your kids emotionally dump on
your
you.
kids have to
You
be
know what I'm
able
saying?
to.
You because the one thing, I don't want her to be a teenager talking shit about me to somebody else. Well, I know
That's
she's
gonna happen.
It's gonna regardless, but you know,
Believe what
You can't help that.
my goddamn daddy.
Well, ain't anybody his color? Like, what the fuck?
No, I was about to say, did you go have a friend like, girl, I don't even know my daddy.
Yeah, right. Right.
I said that my 6-7 plan worked.
Did it?
I kept doing it till they said that shit ain't cool no more. Cause dad do it.
That's
You made
funny.
it. You reversed it.
I reversed
Hit
that
the
shit.
Uno.
Now they don't like it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I did the same shit.
That shit worked.
I think 6,
I'm like
7 over
6, 7. She was like, Dad, we don't do it no more. Oh, we don't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
know how that
I hit it
stuff
with
goes.
this. We don't.
I think 6, 7 over.
Yeah, it's done.
Thank God.
Who's somebody you can think of in your life that left a legacy that you wouldn't mind like modeling yours after?
Oh, my grandfather. You know, I view my grandfather as strong as silent. I've said many times. I was raised by my grandparents, and I seen my grandfather cry twice, and he had the natural ability to be soft and kind, but tough at the same time.
Yeah.
Like he gave you just enough chastising, but let you know that he loved you. You know, and it was like one of those situations where like it hurt more to disappoint him than anything he could say to you. You know, like the disappointment in his face, you're like, man, I fucked up. Like, God damn. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, in true old man fashion, he'd give you game and stories and little syllables,
parables and shit.
Not real, like
he never
like, why are you talking parables?
You know what I'm saying? He never told you he never told you the game directly, but in the roundabout way he'd tell you the game, and it's just like, I think that really when I got older and realized what he was doing, it taught me, it allowed me to be more understanding and actually listen to people when they talk.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lot of times, because I get it, because a lot of times as men, we say shit without saying shit. And so we have to get into the headspace of because again, as men, we're not comfortable being vulnerable. So when we vent and we say shit, we're saying shit in an aggressive tone, but there is that level of vulnerability underneath it. And so now I feel like as a man, I can kind of pick up on that when I have friends vent to me. I was like, oh, okay, I know what. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. And as a man, a lot of times, like nigga, I know exactly how the fuck you.
You know what I think I appreciate about parables is like the wisdom. I learned like a few years ago, like when somebody has a story and you want to give a perspective, I'm the type of person where I don't want to make it about myself. So I would always caution myself because obviously, if you want to give a story, you want to give an experience, right? But I would caution myself, like, damn, I don't want to make this about me. So I would not, right? But parables come with so much wisdom because you give that experience and you remove yourself.
Yeah.
And so the person that's receiving it is not just gonna be like, oh, they just made this about them. Like, but they're instead receiving a similar experience to what they're going through, but they get to understand only the message from it. They don't have to understand the perspective. They don't have to understand, or they don't have to see that you are inserting yourself. Like, they're literally just getting the message of it. And that's something that I taught myself. Like, me and my want to be an old lady so damn bad. I'm like, I really want to learn to do that. Like, cause I want to give people advice and I be like, literally like wrestling with it. Like, oh my God, I've been through this. I want to give the advice, but they're in a moment where I don't want to take that moment from them. So I'll just be like,
I think
so I
it's
want to
okay
start
too, though. Like, as
finding
long as you just don't
sometimes.
make it just be like, well, I did. It's like, you can be like, I remember going through something similar
I
to
don't-
this and being like,
I think it takes a craft.
yeah, it's kind of.
Because some people do it and I hate it. It's like, it just speaks loudly. Like, I could be saying a whole story, like, well, when it's just be
No,
like, oh,
see,
here
like,
we go.
I think when you do that,
Damn.
I think when people do it that way, like, it's the way you gotta word shit, and like, it's like you can't just do that.
I want to learn the craft of that.
I don't like giving advice. I like giving possible outcomes and let you choose.
He does.
Smart.
I understand that.
He does.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
Like it can go either way. Which way you want to go?
but sometimes, as you well know, life can throw you a motherfucking
Yeah.
curveball and be like,
Plenty.
hey, my bad. I said one of these. It looked like it went like that.
Shout out
You
to
must have left something out.
our coworker Fabiola. I was going through shit, like a lot of stress at the tail end of 2025, and we both came in. It was like the last week of peak season, which is around Christmas for UPS, and we both went in at like midnight 01 to work at work, and she saw me in the yard. She's like, "You've been posting like a lot of cryptic shit, but like I'm afraid to ask you what's going on, but like." Not to touch on it, I'm gonna just like she gave me a story, a scenario she's going through. She's like, because I feel like we're similar, and she told me some shit that put me in a perspective where I was like, shit, I should shut the fuck up.
It ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she said it, like it came from a place of a care, but she was able to take herself out of the scenario, but like kind of give you a perspective, like shit can get fucked up, but like as long as we're here, right? And I said, yeah.
I think that's wisdom.
Yeah.
That's true wisdom to me.
And I took that shit like a sign, like, yo, she was supposed to be in this moment to tell me this shit so I could hear it and get over the fuck what I'm going through. And that shout out to her for that.
Yeah. I know I took it somewhere else, but back to the question.
No, but what you said was true though. A lot of people don't want, they don't want you in the advice.
Yeah.
Right? Because they feel like, some people will feel like you're shifting, like you said, you're shifting the focus to you when honestly, you got to kind of know the person. I don't think a lot of people do that. I think it's just like, this is my only way to kind of get off what I'm saying. 'Cause I want you to know that I can relate to what you're going through. But some people are like, no, nigga, I'm trying to type.
Yeah. I find myself doing that with friends when they're talking about like relationship stuff and all that. And I just always feel like the past 10 years of my life have been so like molding for me, where I'm intentional about like not this is what you do, because I can't tell anybody what to do, but this is what this looked like for me. And this is what the outcome was. Yeah. And I want to highlight the outcome because I'm not just saying this because I'm telling you to stop or whatever, but I'm saying it because I was there, and the alternative or whatever, when I stayed in it or when I didn't or whatever the case may be, this is where it got me to. So,
Like I said, I give possible outcomes,
yeah,
right?
He
And
does.
then
true.
and then at the end of every advice, I tell people,
He really does. Yeah.
I say, but you grown and you're gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah, he does.
That's a very
So
good way of
I
doing
just
it.
give you shit to think about.
Yeah.
Before you jump off the ledge, think about these possible outcomes.
Yeah.
But you grown.
Yeah, that's true.
And you my
It's a good
boy,
way of doing
I'm
it.
gonna love you regardless, nigga. I'm with you. But just know.
Yeah. I did that with Patrick.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation about that because that was way back when. But yeah, you have to be that way with some people because you understand that at the end of the day, like you said, some people are just gonna do what they're gonna do, and you're not gonna sway them on that. You just gotta let them know
You're not.
I'm here for you
Yeah.
either way. Just know it could go left.
And then you can find yourself in conflict with that person because you was really just trying to help.
And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I told you so. I'm just like,
Oh,
Well,
he's
yeah, I
gonna do it
told
in a
you
different
so.
way.
I'm gonna say, dude, what did we learn?
What are you gonna take from this?
Are we growing?
Yeah.
Did we get something out of this, or did we waste time? Did we learn
Yeah.
something here? Or
Well, back to the actual question. I think I would probably. I mean, I mentioned before my granny. I love my granny. When I think about becoming the woman or being a woman of a certain posture, and my heart being in a certain posture and like all of that, of course, like my grandmother is the epitome of an example for like her legacy, right? But then I also consider my dad a lot in terms of just a human being, because I remember, and I something that sticks out vivid to me all the time, like my dad knew all of these. My dad knew, when I say everybody, I mean everybody. And he was like one of those people that lived so many different lives. Like I remember being a kid and saying stuff, and then like as I got older, I'm like, people probably thought I was lying because he like, you daddy, what? He played pro baseball, and then he was what? And then he teach art. Like what? Like he just did a lot of stuff. So over the course of his life, he knew so many people. And I remember like, for an example, something that always pops out to me is like he was really involved in like the Hall of Fame for Riverside because he did all of the portraits and stuff like that. So he was always with like, had interactions and stuff with like the mayor and all that. So I would meet all these people, and I would watch my dad interact, code switch a little bit, but interact the same way he would with a mayor with the current mayor of Riverside, the same way that he would with like a homeless man, because it was somebody he went to high school with. You know what I mean? And shake his hand the same way. I remember he would get back in the car. My mom would be like, "Ugh, why you shake his hand?" Like all mad. But he would shake people's hand the same exact way. And so when I think of like my human experience, like my dad's legacy is like the top of the top for that, because I just love how he treated people, like people, other men, like to this day, people that like I call uncles and stuff like that. Like they would always call my dad like a gentle giant, but like don't fuck with him, like and the nicest person you ever meet, but he'll lay your ass down too. So I think that that's like a legacy that I like always like to want to have.
Yeah. Mine would be a combination of my dad and my aunt, Bobby. Rest in peace to both of them. My dad mainly because he had like this larger than life reputation in Riverside because of him being a barber. And like I always, oh, you Jesse the barber son? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And you would come across all these people, and then you be like, shit, like that. I realized I got certain passes in certain areas because my dad knew these people. So it'd be like, I remember one time I was walking home, and like you would see some gang like activity, and they be like, oh, that he ain't into that shit, nigga. Like that's Jesse's son. You like, oh, okay. And you like, okay, cool. Like that. But then on the combination of my aunt Bobby, she was always all my aunts, she was the one that used to always see me for me and never like treated me like bad. And she was the only one that could make my dad like fold up. Like so everybody else he'd be like, oh no, motherfucker, you ain't talking to me. Aunt Bobby come in and say some shit, and he just be like, yeah. I need to apologize to you. And be like, damn, so her talking to you made you see the error of your ways, but everybody else can't say shit to you.
Was that his sister?
His
older
sister, his older
Oh,
sister.
okay.
And that was, and she was just always just called like it is. And again, the people don't know this, my dad's nickname, which still sits weird with me, is Coon. So they would all say, oh yeah, Coon, you know you wrong, Coon. And when she would say that shit, it was the only time it hit. And I do miss her. And it yeah. Though their legacy though, like her being able to, she was always can crack a joke at any situation, and she can make laugh about any situation and make everything funny. But you could tell that she took on a lot, but she was able to laugh off a lot of it and not let it get to her and still operate how she needed to operate. And when she died, then when my dad died, you could tell that the family kind of took a shift, because those kind of pillars of I'm gonna keep it real or keep it going or keep it at kind of went away. I would like to eventually get to that point where I could be that, but it is a legacy that I would like to follow through with. So.
Yeah. Be my grandma Alice. She what was she? Probably like 5'2", but she's dynamite.
The ones that's 5'2" always is.
She's dynamite. But like she literally like probably affected everybody in the family in a way to where it's like no matter what, like whoever it is, like my dad, like she rubbed off on him in some sort of way, or my uncles rubbed off on him, or rubbed off on my mom, or rubbed off on that. So like no matter what, her legacy is the one that kind of created the umbrella. But she was also like very kind and open to people, um like the firecracker side. I just remember we coming from like Rialto, and some essays was trying to like bang on her for some reason because she like cut him off on accident. But she was like, I don't give a fuck about them. Like, I got 22 in my purse. I'll shoot back. Like, it's what it is. Like, but like, it'll be like on Saturday, like, she wasn't Jehovah's Witness, but the Jehovah's Witness would come by, and then she'd be like sitting there talking to him so long that they were like, okay.
They-
One of a reverse card.
Yeah, shit.
That's a
Like,
lot if you done
yeah, to
talk
make them.
Jehovah's Witness.
Shit.
Well, I'm
That's
like, just like that compassion and all that to like gather and like still being who she was. Like, nobody would mess with her, but it was like, that's what I always try to model after is like, all right, that's just who she is. And that's awesome. Like when I got in trouble at North, I got suspended and like she knew what was up. Like she was like, I know you just ain't telling on that boy. You need to stop hanging out with him. And I'm like, you're right. So yeah, just honest type shit. Like I love that. So I'm gonna ask one last one. Do you guys think we have actual control over our own legacy, and how important do you think it is?
I don't think we do.
No?
I don't. I think it ties into like how I feel about parenting. Like I can be the best parent. I can be the best parent in the world in my eyes. And she think I'm shit. So when I die, she gonna know he was shit. So you know what I mean? Like I feel like the only thing you can control is the things you can't control. Your actions, how you treat people, how you react to things. That's what you can control, and you can just hope that the way you want to be portrayed is that's how they view you. But ultimately, the way they see you is really up to their interpretation of you.
I agree. You're right. I agree with that. I would like to say you do. I would like to, my answer wanted to be that you do control it, but you're right. It's really just based on how people are perceiving you, and you can't 100% control that. You could show up in a way, and then, well, I mean, I guess you still will have different people, right? Like everybody has different experiences with different people. Like, um, one person will say one thing and the other person will be like, oh no, that was the best. Like, so I guess it's like what I said before, as long as you're showing up in the most authentic way,
your legacy is gonna be what it is to whoever it is.
Yeah. Cause I mean, I guess now that you mentioned that, I probably have people that I've known for years. I went to the same schools with people throughout the whole time. So I know I've known people literally since I was in elementary school, but I'm not really a big fan of them. So they're not getting the same experience of me
Mhm.
as other people are getting. So they may be like, I can't stand that girl. But
Mhm.
you know, somebody else that has known me for the exact amount of time, like Sharon, like, you know, so that's a very
You don't like her?
yeah. So
There's a lot of people that say, "Man, fuck that guy." And
yeah.
a lot of people say, "Oh, he cool,"
Yeah. Yeah.
That's yeah.
and they're
Right.
both right.
They're both right. That's I'm glad you finished off what I was getting at because they are both right. You're so right. But as long as you're showing up in an authentic way, that's all I really care about. I'm like, if you didn't really get the best version of me, I mean, my petty side want to say that's on you. You're the reason why you didn't get the best version of me,
Bitch.
literally.
Gunshot.
But if you got the best version of me, kudos to you.
You probably
And
didn't deserve it.
no, they do. Everybody that gets a good version of me deserves it.
Nah, I was speaking for me. I wasn't talking about you.
Oh.
What you think?
I think it's a certain percentage. I do think you can control how
Like 50-50,
Like-
60-40.
Stop, man.
6 7 6
60,
7.
70.
But you can show up for the people, show up for the people that matter to you, show up for them and do your best to solidify what you want your legacy to be. Yeah, perception can be perception, but if you show up and you know you show up the right way, for example, with your kids, you know at some point they can look at you as whatever you were being, but in that moment. But I think eventually they will understand what you were trying to achieve.
You gotta hope. the kids.
Mhm.
Yeah. So everything else it doesn't really matter to me. But so if they perceive you that way, they perceive you that way. But there's only so many people that get access to me anyway. So
Yeah.
There's that.
I think it's just tricky with kids because if they don't ever really get that full circle moment, like I remember a couple weeks ago, I was having a really bad day or time at the time or whatever. And I was like, I hope these little niggas get their age and realize what life really looked like for me. But then as their mom, I was like, actually, I don't
I
hope
was
that
like,
they
no, you
do.
don't.
Yeah.
You
I
lying.
don't because I'm a single mom that takes care of all three of my kids by myself, and I wouldn't wish that on them at all.
Yeah.
So that was like a humbling moment for
Mhm.
me, and it ties in with what we're saying, especially when it comes to our kids, because it's like you want them to get to the point where they understand, but there are things I don't ever want them to have
Hell
to
no.
to deal with all of the complexities of my life at all.
I always say, like, I'm pretty sure Kevin and Andy agree. I always say that the way she sees me now, I hope she sees me that way always. Because right now, I'm her hero. Dad can't do no wrong. Dad got my dad. She
probably
honestly feels like my dad got me.
Yeah,
My dad makes it happen.
she probably will.
Yeah.
My dad been gone for 21 years, and I'm still a daddy's girl.
So
Yeah.
For real.
I be wanting to choke the fuck out of her. But I love her.
I'm gonna let Mike Tyson answer my
Oh, okay.
question.
You gonna let Mike Tyson answer?
And
Hold
then
on.
we're gonna get up out of here.
Oh shit.
This might just put a wrench in everything we just said.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I just think that's another word for ego. Legacy doesn't mean nothing. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Someone said that word and everyone grabbed on the word, so now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Who cares about legacy after that? What a big ego. So I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're just dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing. Can you really imagine somebody say, I want my legacy to be this way when you're dead? Why do you want somebody you think somebody really wants to think about you? What's the audacity? I think, I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the fuck cares about me when I'm gone? Well, my kids maybe, or grandkids. Who the fuck cares?
They were so uncomfortable listening to that shit.
Oh, as a little kid, he was
and
talking
he said
to.
way too many S's.
He was
for
talking
me
to a little
think
kid.
Yeah, he was a little girl.
Oh.
He was talking to a little girl.
That
I feel
list.
like I saw that clip. I didn't know he was talking to a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And she was looking like,
Oh shit! I didn't know you was gonna give me the real.
We're gonna none of that. None of that.
So with that, that's been episode 231. Legacy. Hey, you dead?
And that's it.
That's it.
Say it with a lisp and
He's just in the dirt. It's just like, it is what it is. He
Look
out in
at-
Palm Springs. He might drive down here and fuck me up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want no problem, Mike. Fuck that.
No, he might be like, that's a good impression of me. That's a really good impression.
Any man that wears assless chaps.
Mike Tyson want to come sit with the podcast. Pull up, Mike.
Yeah, just don't knock me out.
remember what Jamie said? He said it better be funny.
The pressure.
Nah, y'all got to hear the story from the Locks. They told about Mike Tyson. That's the funniest shit ever. Where they said they thought they was gonna have to stab that nigga.
Yeah.
That's the funniest shit.
I will YouTube that.
So we're gonna have to poke Mike.
Remember, it's been the Heavyweight Collective. Click, like, subscribe,
All that shit.
and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Sweating. That's a wrap, y'all. That's how she wrote. So make sure you click like, subscribe. Tune in. We on all streaming platforms. So until next time, we'll holla at you.